Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. How'd I do that? I've never whistled before in my whole entire life. I literally just whistled. That was a roller coaster. Everything that just happened the past minute. Hi everyone, my name is Haley Richards. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, I don't know how you got here, but I am so glad you're here. This is a video that I've wanted to film for a while now, but I've been just trying to think of exactly what I wanted to say and what I want to call this video, and I think I have an idea. I don't know, this video is just gonna be all over the place, but then again, it is my YouTube, and what video isn't all over the place? Okay, so this video is called How I Plan on Making This My Best Year Yet. Ooh. Yeah, this is, I just want to talk about what I plan on doing different this year than I have been doing in the past couple years. So let's just go back. Let's compare this year to previous years. My dorm is at the front of the hallway, so if you can hear a lot of door opening and people walking by, that's why. So I apologize. We'll just go 2 years back. 2017 was it was a really rough year. I was in June. It was 2017. I was finishing my junior year and starting my senior year. Junior year by itself is crazy because that's pretty much, like, as you may know, like the college year. Like, that's when you have to start filling out applications, SAT, ACT, all that fun stuff usually happens junior year. It's just a really stressful year. So that's already a lot of stress, especially when I was taking all these standardized tests. I have never felt worse about myself. Obviously, I have made it to college, and that is fine, but at the time I was like, how am I just a functioning human that just walks around planet Earth and does fine? It was also just a super confusing year. A lot of different emotions, lots of different weird kind of relationships in and out of my life. There's a lot of drama with, like, my group, like all my close friends. We pretty much were all, like, yelling at each other all the time. It was just a really weird, confusing time. And so it just, like, I don't know, it hit me hard. And also for context. 3, 2, 1. Also for context, you don't even want to know what I got on my ACT. This explains it all. Context, not for sympathy or pity or anything. That's not what I'm trying to do when I say this, but there's a couple mental disorders that I deal with. One of them being social anxiety and bipolar depression. That's just kind of something I've dealt with for I don't even know how long. So when 2017 was just really playing with my emotions, I was just not vibing. I just ended 2017 basically feeling really bad about myself. I'm really confused about a lot of my relationships, really hurt by my relationships, really ashamed of myself for the way I'd acted, and just like I just kind of felt like a failure. I didn't see myself as anything like worthy of love or anything. I know this sounds like an indie coming of age movie, but I wasn't myself, and I basically just hated myself. I didn't feel good at all. 2018, just to sum it up, probably the worst year of my life. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It was a horrible, horrible year. I have never struggled so bad mentally, emotionally, all the leaves. I started 2018, obviously, like I said, feeling like a failure. I was already feeling bad enough. And it caused me to be such a bitter, angry, jealous, just overall horrible person. I was not enjoyable whatsoever. And again, I wasn't myself at all. I didn't have any motivation to do anything, especially since it was also senior year, and senior year, as most of us know, is kind of a joke second semester. I didn't have any motivation to even do anything at school. I didn't like doing any of the things I usually like to do. And again, like, social anxiety is just, it's a monster itself. And I just wanted to be alone most of the time. And then when I was alone, I would overthink like a madman and drive myself literally crazy and drive myself into multiple panic attacks a day, just because I was thinking about these scenarios that wouldn't happen, but I was convincing myself that they were gonna happen, and it literally drove me crazy. I was ruining my friendships left to right, like, because first off, I wouldn't talk to anyone about what was going on. I just let them think like I was just this is who I was now. Man, I don't want to talk about it, I'm gonna cry, but let's talk about it. You know, everyone knows my best friend Jacob, and I just like, man, hold on. I just was really horrible to him. I had all this anger built up towards him that wasn't righteous anger. I just lashed out on him all the time, and he was still growing and still figuring himself out and also going through a difficult time, and I just made it worse to the point where he was like, I don't know if I can be friends with you because like it's hurting me. And oh my gosh, man, it sucked. Like I just came close to just like ruining like all these very important relationships in my life. I was so mean to my mom. And I couldn't tell my mom what I was going through because I didn't want to like scare her or hurt her or anything. And oh my gosh, that was the worst. Not gonna cry, but I didn't want to talk to my mom about anything I was going through because I didn't want her to think I was gonna do something, or I don't know. 2018 wasn't my year. Do y'all see that? I'm gonna turn this off. Hopefully you can still. Sorry, this light just started flickering like crazy, and that's gonna give me a seizure, so hopefully this isn't weird lighting for you. My walk with Christ, I couldn't tell you, honestly. It just wasn't there, because there was just a lot of nights that, you know, I had no idea what was going on. I was so in my head, and I couldn't get out of it. I'd be praying like, God, like, let it go, let me go, like, let it go. I just felt like so trapped, and like I couldn't move or anything, and there was still a part of me that was like, God, like, let me go, help, help, help. And I didn't feel like he was doing anything, which is wrong, but I just was like, God, I just came to the conclusion that God wasn't moving in my life. God didn't have any more plans for me, like God was just done with me, which isn't a thing. And I didn't read my Bible, you know, I was still going to church. Like, I helped out on Wednesday nights, and, you know, had to go to church, or my mom would whoop me. It was just dreadful. It was dreadful going to church because I'd hear all these words and stories about, like, people coming to Christ and people feeling his presence and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, like, if that does happen, it just doesn't happen to me, which isn't fair. And so basically, you know, all this stuff was going on, and I think I finally got to the point towards the end of 2018 that I had nowhere left to go but Jesus. And I felt disciplined, which God disciplines us for our own good, but I felt like I was being punished. I don't know, it hit me one day, like, there's no one and there's nothing in this world that will be there for you like Jesus will, and that's your hope. Like, even if, like, the rest of your life is this sucky, like, afterward, like, when you die, like, you can't even imagine, like, the paradise you're gonna go to if you just hold fast to Jesus, proclaim his truth. I finally just hit a wall, and so I was like, fine, you got me, like, let's do this. Like, I literally hate my life, but, like, let's go. Close to the beginning of the school year, my freshman year of college, I I applied to work at this student life camp because my youth pastor was like, oh my gosh, you should do this. Like, this is a perfect job for you. And, like, a couple other people were like, Haley, like, this is the job for you. Like, I could so see you doing this. And so I was just like, you know what, like, why not? Why not just, like, give it a shot? So I applied, and I wasn't supposed to hear back from them in, like, November. But anyways, I started college, and my first semester of college was whack. I did not do good grade-wise, and it was just a whole new world for me, and it was just basically a whole semester of, like, adjusting to this and, like, not wanting to be here at all, like, literally hating being in college. And so anyways, in December, I had a couple interviews for student life, and then I was supposed to hear back in January. So, like, I started 2019 feeling prepared. It wasn't like, I was like, oh, finally, like, a new year. I was just like, I'm prepared. I'm just prepared. I don't know how else to describe how I was feeling. You know, the more I stayed in the Word, and the more I surrounded myself with supportive friends and my supportive family, I just started to feel more and more loved. And I felt, like, good about myself. And then I got, you know, and I was in the Word, and, you know, I'm still, like, coming out of this, like, fog, you know, that was 2018, and just starting to see more and more light in different places. The beginning of February, I heard back from student life, and I'm gonna be a stage host this summer, which basically means I get to travel around I think a certain part. I haven't figured out my team or where I'm going exactly yet, but I travel around a certain part of the United States, and I just get to go on stage, make people laugh, do skits, speak spoken word, be a part of one of the most amazing ministries. I've gone to student life since I was in the 9th grade. It still doesn't feel real at all. And then, like, 2 weeks later, after I got this job, I get a call that from the person I'm working for that I'm gonna be going to a different country in South America, and just getting to work with at-risk girls over there. And just God's good. God's just so good. I have these really big plans ahead of me. I just can't believe, like, that it's, you know, we're not even, I mean, we're almost, I guess just 2 months into 2019, and this has already been, like, one of the best years of my life that I can remember. And I just love the mindset that I am in right now. You know, it's just, there's nothing else I can think of but, like, hope. I'm hopeful. Like, I know that God's not finished with me, and that He has so much ahead for me. Still gonna hit rock bottom, and still gonna go through trials, but, like, there's still that hope. You know, God is fighting my battles, and He will not lose. Basically, the mindset that I'm in is that even when it's terrible and it hurts, like, to be patient, because it's going to work out, because God does not lose. So it's going to be all right. Like, it's just so draining being negative. Like, I'm just kind of, you know, used to just, like, looking at the world in such a negative way. And, like, it is an evil world, so it's very easy, like, to look at everything in, like, an evil way. But, like, there's still, like, so much beauty to be found, like, in people and, like, places. If I'm, like, any moment, if there's just a moment that I'm in that I just feel, like, overwhelming happiness, I just, like, stop, and I think in my head, like, this is a happy moment. You're having a really happy moment. And, like, I try, like, to remember everything that's going on in that moment, lock it away, and then I can look back at it. There's just been moments, like, I've been driving around with a friend and just blasting music, and, like, I just, like, I'm like, this is happy. This is a good moment, and I'm going to remember it. Like, my head is just filled with all these happy moments, and also with these moments that I know are gonna come, and just, like, not necessarily, like, just sitting around waiting for those happy moments to come, but, like, reflecting. But but also reflecting on happy moments I have had and just remaining happy. Like I won't ever be able to reach maximum happiness on earth because it's planet earth, and that's not until I get to heaven. But like just being able to like remember happy things and like still be able to look forward, like you're not finished yet, like you still got a ways to go, remembering that, and then just also being the present. Like I am where I am now, and there was days that like I prayed that I would just feel like this, just feel like content yet hopeful, like, and I just feel good. Like I just feel really good. And there was just crazy that there was a time in my life that I literally could never imagine feeling like this ever again, and that I just thought I was done, like I should just be done, like there's no reason for living life anymore when I can't find peace. I was just patient. I just learned to be patient, and like it's gonna work out. And like obviously like I still struggle with like those mental disorders, but like it's about coping with those. I feel like I just talked a lot and like I don't make any sense. I don't know, but that's how I plan basically on making this my best year yet. God's got it. Every battle that I face, God will fight, and he's not gonna lose. And just having that hope. And I just like want to encourage you guys, but you can find happy moments, and you can stay hopeful, and just like to be content where you are. That's basically all I wanted to say. And it's hard. I know it's like, it's super hard sometimes to be hopeful and patient, but it will work out. It will be all right. So that's all I wanted to say.